This is a tutorial for making napkin flowers. Now, to make napkin flowers, you can use pretty much any kind of napkin, depending on what you want to do. I prefer to use 2-ply dinner napkins that are rectangular. And when you go to make the flower, I've already done the prep work, but you'll want to separate the plies and use 1 ply. And then, to get started, you're going to be doing some tearing. Now, the simplest parts, I'm going to make a fairly simple flower here. It's going to be inside the bloom. I prefer to use different shades of the same color for different parts of the flower. So as you can see, I've made this by bunching this around my 2 fingers here, and then wrapping it around, pulling it tight, and then tearing it loose to get this. And then I simply put them inside of one another. Then I do that again, but this time I'm going to tighten the tip and get it as bunched together as I can at the base. And that will go in the flower shortly. Then we're going to work on the rest of the flower. Now, I am going to make the precursor to a more advanced kind of flower. So I'm going to want to include, once again, multiple colors for the bloom. I usually have this where it's folded in half, and I follow the other fold here. I just tear along that line, and you can see where it was folded. I've done that for that part, and I'm going to do it again for this part. And then I'm going to unfold these 2 pieces and lay one on top of the other. And that is in preparation for the stem, which I will have unfolded completely. And then I will line up my 2 bits of red here with the rest of it. And then I will take that from the corner end here and put my fingers over it here. And then I will put the blossoming bloom, whatever piece you want to call it here, there. And you can see I've taken the part where it's all scrunched together really tightly, just outside of my fingers. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to wrap it around my fingers, my 2 fingers, my index and my middle finger. And I'm doing this from below over away from me. That's very important, because if you do it the wrong direction, you will not be able to get the leaves done. Okay? And I'm just going to continue to do that, making sure not to let the part where I don't have a bunch of other tissue to get bunched up. I'm just going to do that again. Okay, and then one more time. And as you can see, I've basically got a cylinder around my index and middle finger, which I'm going to find my index and middle finger, and just below where they are, I'm going to bunch that up as tightly as I can and I'm going to twist, trying not to tear the tissue, so that I can release my hand. And then I'm just going to begin as tightly as I can, twisting down to create the stem. And then when I get to a certain point, as you can see, the direction that I did this matters because I'm twisting from my side. I'm twisting clockwise while my roll kind of went the opposite direction, which enables me to open up this little flap here. And I'm going to kind of gently bunch up the rest of the stem here below as I go. I'm going to open up this flap and I'm going to bend it over itself like so. And then using the tip here as a corner, I'm going to do that once again. And then just like below the bloom, I'm going to bunch it up once again and resume my twist. Until I get just a little bit further down. And I'm going to make another leaf. I'm probably going to undo the flap a little bit more than I did before. Fold it once, and then once again as a corner, fold it again, and then bunch it again, and resume the twist. Now, as you get down to the lower end of the stem, you don't want it to taper because, a stem in real life does not do that. So you're going to open up the flap one more time. Then you're going to take the remaining of the stem, you're going to fold it in on itself, close the flap back up, fold it in half, and then just twist on down. And your stem will be done, but your leaves are not quite done. Because now, you're going to unfold that last fold that you did. Not both, because you can see there's still that there. And you basically unfold it from itself there. And there's your basic flower. Now you want to reach down in and kind of make sure that you have some extra volume at the base of the bloom. And if you're at all concerned, you can begin to use the different pieces from the bloom there to get some different color by tearing away bits of it there, like that. And as you can see on the inside, you've got your two pieces of yellow. You've got the red bloom, the green stem, and if you want, what you can do now is you can tear petals. I'm not going to film this entire process, but you'll tear petals like so. And you'll do this for each set. And you want to alternate the tears so that they're not all on one spot there. And then, of course, tear away the green as you go as well. And then, I will show the finished product in a photo at the end of the video, because I'm not going to film this whole process, because it takes a while. But then you can just rub it against itself here, like that, after it's bent away from the bloom. Just one rub as you roll it up, which it gives that nice curl. And then take the corners and you'll rub those more heavily against each other. And that curls it more completely, so you can do each of the corners to give yourself a nice triangular petal with curl. And you'll do that all the way around, alternating your petals as you go and tearing away the green. And when you're done, you'll also shorten the yellow on the inside so that it doesn't stick out further than the rest of the flower. And you'll have the complete product. And that's it.